Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We have a special Stray Kids Skizzy record video for you. We're checking out 3 songs by Seungmin, Hyunjin, and Han. The Seungmin song was released over 2 weeks ago, and the latest one by Han was released just 3 days ago as of me recording this reaction. The first song that we're checking out by Seungmin, which is Hold On, is composed by 3racha and Versachoy. Did I say that correctly? And I'm actually seeing some comments that say that specifically Han wrote this song, and Han wrote this song to make us all cry, and Seungmin sang this song with his amazing voice to make our hearts smile. Great job, guys. It's amazing. That is the top comment from this video. So without further ado, Hold On by Seungmin. Let's go.
눈앞도 잘 보이지 않는 그런 날에 선물같이 내게 온 네가 무의미한 날에 행복이 되었고 하루 종일 네 모습을 바라만 봐도 미소가 무감정한 매일은 내일을 꾸게 한 너야 처음으로 내게 네 손을 건네줬던 그날 눈물이 난 왜 났는지 꼬리를 흔들며 작은 몸으로
Oh no! Is the dog... Is this about someone that doesn't have a dog anymore? Oh no, no. I don't care about humans, but you kill a dog and... that fucks me up.
언젠가 많은 시간이 지나 네 앞에 섰을 때 그땐 또다시 한 번 더 내게로 힘껏 달려와줘 슬픈 내 감정에 짙게 붙은 불씨가 차츰 꺼지고 하얗게 난 언제가 바람에 실려 불어갈 때쯤 내 이름 다시 불러볼게 마지막까지 날 다독여준 너니까 꼬리를 흔들며 작은 몸으로 내게 있는 힘껏 달려올 때 현관 불빛만이 반기던 이곳이 어느새 가장 좋아졌어 지금 당장 널 볼 수 없지만 언젠가 많은 시간이 지나 네 앞에 섰을 때 그때 또다시 한 번 더 내게로 힘껏 달려와줘 슬픈 내 감정에 붙은 불씨가 차츰 꺼지고 하얗게 나 문제가 바람에 실려 불어갈 때쯤 네 이름 다시 불러볼게 Hold on yeah
Damn.
Just hold on yeah yeah 네가 그때 마지막으로 걷던 무지개 비싼 증거
Oh no.
또다시 한 번 더 내게로 힘껏 달려와줘 슬픈 내 감정에 짙게 붙은 불씨가 차츰 꺼지고 하얗게 나 문제가 바람에 실려 불어갈 때쯤 네 이름 다시 불러볼게 Hold on
Damn. Fuck. the arrangement of the song was beautiful. The drums and the build up, like the rock vibes, very inspirational rock. But then the lyrics, um, beautifully written, very poetic, very beautiful, and performed by Seungmin, magically. Honestly, it was masterful. The way that Seungmin performed this song is like you can take the lyrics in two different directions. One of which is just going to make you bawl your eyes out. But the other direction which Seungmin went into and the arrangement of the song, so kudos to the production of to Sriracha and Versace Choi. In terms of making the memories worth something and not just focusing on the fact that you're not there with me anymore, but rather being happy that you were there in the first place, and everything that you kind of like caused, the ripple effect that was caused by you being introduced to my life. And I'm like kind of like thinking, my dog is almost 6 years old. He's going to be 6 in October. Like thinking about the first shot that I took of him when I got him, and we were driving home, and he was laying on me like this 8-week-old black Labrador. It was so adorable, and it's probably one of my favorite photos. This might sound kind of like cheesy or something, but it's absolutely true. Like the bond that we have with our dogs, you know, losing a dog is sometimes even worse than losing a family member. The dog is basically a family member. And, you know, it makes me think of a show like Afterlife with Ricky Gervais, where basically his character lost his wife. And the only thing that kept him going from multiple attempts at self-deletion is his dog. That dog is the only reason why he was saved. Even when he tried to drown, you hear the dog barking, and he suddenly snaps back from the water, I think. And it's like the only reason why I survived is because of that dog. And I honestly feel like if it wasn't for my dog, I would be in a completely different place. Even though the dog is not there anymore, the impact that it had on your life and the impact that you had on his life is something that will never be forgotten. The rainbow trail is also like I'm imagining almost like an animated movie that is very uplifting but incredibly sad, with the dog, you know, saying goodbye at the end and going into like a rainbow trail as you cry a tear of sadness but joy as well, because you got so much time to be together. Like it definitely feels like if there is going to be like an animated movie in the future about dogs and their bonds with humans, and like kind of like creating a super intricate story between, you know, someone and his dog, and the whole cycle of life from the beginning of getting that dog to the very end when the dog is no longer there. I feel like the song would be a perfect, you know, soundtrack for it. It was really, really beautiful. And the second I saw the lyrics saying the first time you gave me your paw, I was like, fuck no. Like this song, if this was about another human being, I would have been like, yeah, this is emotional. But I would still be fine. But now I don't want to do anything today anymore. I don't want to react. Because that thought is always kind of like in my mind somewhere. Like sometimes it's hard to believe that I've had my dog for 6 years, and like hearing about this friend lost his dog, this person lost their dog, and I'm constantly like in like the state of worry and like trying to make every day count. And the second I saw the fucking lyrics say paw, I was like, fuck. No, no, I don't want to think about it. But it was absolutely incredible and emotional. And anyone who ever had a dog or a pet for that matter, I feel like would be able to relate. And anyone who disliked this video is a psychotic piece of fucking shit. Anyway, sorry. Uh, let's move on to the next song before I start overthinking this because this is too much for me. The next song is going to be by Hyunjin, composed by Raja, written by Hyunjin himself. The song is called Contradicting. Love Contradicting. Okay. Oh. It almost feels like an emo phase kind of song. Whoa.
아무리 물을 마셔도 건조한 기분이야 속절없이 밤을 삼킨다 혹여나 들키진 않을까 입을 덮은 다음 애써 누르면 버틴다 난 사랑이란 감정에 기한 따윈 없어 돌아간다 해도 같은 실수의 반복 시간 하나봐 솔직함과 거짓의 혼돈 I love you 별 말은 남들과 같아 Why is love so contradicting I can't stop it so addicting Why is love so Why is love so Why is love so
Ooh, this is a throwback. Feels like mid 2000s kind of song.
기차를 탄 기분 너와 내가 느꼈던 바람은 잠들고 축복받는 기분에 햇살도 잠시 너의 눈망울은 어느새 파도에 삼켜져 차가워진 마음속에
I swallowed by the waves. That was a nice lyric.
바닷가도 금방 또 생겨 약속했던 것들의 행방은 이제 물거품이 되어 사라져 눈앞에서 멀리 So I just wanna go back 우리의 시간들은 어느새 또 공백 So solo 시작해 이제 마지막 장을 적다가 시를 써내 추억들은 내어놓은 뒤로 잠시 이별의 짧은 문 다르게 비해 서러움과 새로움이 걸도 잠시 계속 끝으로 써가는 음률에 Right all day Why is love so contradicting I can't stop it so addicting Just fade
The artwork by Hyunjin is really the butterfly on the face is very interesting. Damn. That was beautiful. That was a throwback. I really enjoyed the lyrics. I love the vibe of the song. It sounds like something, especially the chorus sounds like something straight out of my fucking teen years or something like that. It sounds like a song. On one hand, like the chorus has a very emo vibe to it, almost like fresh after like a breakup or something, and constantly trying to figure out why did this happen, but at the same time I keep on coming back to it because it's so addicting and all. There's like beautiful lyrics of like your eyes that were swallowed by the waves, as Hyunjin beforehand talks about the breeze between us that has calmed down, and now the waves, the breeze at the sea has been swallowed. The eyes have been swallowed by the waves, the same place where we had the breeze at the sea, and like the sea of water, which is like the sea of tears, salty water, tears, sadness, depression, and every relationship almost like going through like this honeymoon phase that has died down, or like two people that really loved each other and thought that they were going to be together forever ended up being incompatible at the end because of whatever circumstances, and nothing that you can do, whether it's chaos of honesty and lies, because honesty can lead to something negative. Lies that are disguised as like white lies actually end up being something very serious, as far as like lying in a relationship and being dishonest in a relationship. Hyunjin is almost like constantly on like the search for like true love, because for him love doesn't have an expiration date. Here he talks about feeling so dry, no matter how much water I drink. It's like a plant that needs more than just water, it needs love, which I thought was really cool. The lights of our warm moments have grown dim. We try to find the reason for us. Like, whereas before we could be doing nothing and be happy with each other's company, now we need something to remind us of why we are together in the first place. It's like, it's very kind of like tragic, and you know, it kind of like makes you wonder about like those couples that are like 70 or 80 years old and have been together since they were 20, and you're kind of like, what's the secret? And the secret is as basic as fucking breathing. It's complicated and addicting because it's a constant cycle, and it keeps on repeating itself until hopefully we find someone that doesn't contradict. Trust builds up in my cold heart. Yeah, after breakups and all that kind of stuff, that was really cool. The promises we made have now turned into bubbles and disappear far away from my eyes. The eyes that were swallowed by the waves. Also, really cool. Started that as a novel, but writing the last chapter ended up as poetry. Like, starting out as a novel, but writing the last chapter feels like poetry. Like, poetry reminds me of like Shakespeare, and Shakespeare at the very least reminds me of, you know, Romeo and Juliet, which is not the happiest of endings. All in all, I feel like Hyunjin did a phenomenal job here. I really loved his use of metaphors. I loved how vulnerable he was here. I loved the chorus a lot because it's very reminiscent of something that I would listen to back in my teen years, in like 14 or 15, 16 even, and just kind of like the vibe that I would generally be in, as far as like very depressed and kind of like this world sucks and I can't find anyone, and just being in a constant state of there's kind of like something very emo-ish about this chorus that I really appreciate at the end of the day. But more so, I appreciate the metaphors and like his vivid image that he created. You can just picture everything in your mind if this was a music video, and he did a phenomenal job here with all of the metaphors. Really enjoyed this one. Let's move on to the final song on this reaction, the last song that was released 3 days ago. This song, the lyrics were by Han himself, if I'm not mistaken. It says 3 Raja, but also his name is mentioned right beforehand. And yeah, let's get into it. Very excited, because the last song that we checked out by Han himself was actually Volcano, and that felt like a song that really kind of like mixes so many different like K-dramas, and the way he writes is on the darker side. What he talked about on Limousine Service, which by the way I am reacting to on Patreon. If you're interested, I have reacted to all of these Stray Kids appearances on that show, and it's probably one of my favorite variety shows at the moment, and the most beautifully shot variety show in my opinion as of today. Miserable, You and Me. Not You and Me. We're happy, right? By Han. What the fuck is wrong with me? Let's get into it. Oh. The versatility in his voice is just something else. Ooh.
너의 잔소리는 my feedback 매저분한 팀은 친구 가방에다 repack 아주 캐시 노패 내패 당기나 숨이 시끄럽다면 너조차 늦지 피폐 한진 일상 너의 삶은 긴박 피하지 언제나 멀리 뒷박 뒷박이 너무 차가워 돌아가 내게 바보같이 다시 둘이 마주하는 식탁
Oh, fucking hell.
돌아가던 네 머릿속에 그 너무 떨리 보이잖아 너도 근데 모른 척을 하지 감히 내가 조언한 나에게 후회 땅을 치
Wait.
너무 차가워 돌아가 내게 바보같이 다시 둘이 마주하는 식탁
Damn. That part felt like a fucking split personality in a good way. Like so much happening, like chaos in a relationship. Bang. Go back, that guy in your head is dirty. Damn, this chorus is wild. Oh, hold the remote. That reminds me of Adam Sandler's Click movie. Shout out to you if you remember, if you're old enough to even watch that movie. It's kind of funny listening to this after Contradicting, because it's like they're literally kind of like related in essence. Stay. Nice. Damn, that was beautiful. I don't know if there's like a reference to Click with Adam Sandler, but that's like the first thing that I thought about with the hold the remote and rewind. Literally, we just talked about why is love so contradicting. As far as all the things that made us fall in love are now things that we don't really find appealing about each other, and we constantly need to look for reasons to even stay together. Like there's literally lyrics saying of, you know, let's rewind, let's go back to the time that we just got together. There's also lyrics saying, who's in your head right now? Someone other than me. I'd rather wish it was all a dream. I don't feel alright. It almost feels like trying to hold on to something that is not meant to be. Like doing everything within your power for someone that wouldn't really, not necessarily not appreciate it, but someone that, if some of the lyrics, you know, as far as him saying like, there's someone else in your head other than me. And you know, basically kind of like begging someone to stay with you despite not having those feelings anymore, but you still have them. It's definitely a recipe for a miserable version of you and me. You're miserable because I constantly just want you to stay, and you're miserable because you're here and you'd rather be someplace else. And I'm miserable because I know that you don't, deep down, I know that you don't want to be here. And yet, my love for you, it's almost like the heart trumps the mind. Because even though I understand that this is not meant to be, I still wish I could rewind. I don't want to lose a part of me. You are my heart. Even like the lyrics, if I'm the one who's changed, let us go back to the way it was. It's almost like I'm willing to admit the fault that everything is on me. Let's do everything possible for us to still be together, but only on my part. It's like you're completely perfect and it's all my fault. And if I'm the one who's changed, then just let's go back to the way it was and I'll be that perfect guy that you fell in love with. But, you know, people change, you know. So even that perfect guy that she fell in love with is no longer someone that she in her current state is going to fall in love with all over again. Feelings change, and unfortunately some people, you know, in these kinds of relationships, someone is much more in love than the other person. You know, that is definitely a recipe to be very, very miserable. And I felt like he did a phenomenal job of expressing, you know, desperation almost, like in his lyrics here with Han, even like with his vocals. And sometimes it felt like his voice was almost like on the verge of breaking. There was a lot of like desperation and a lot of like taking the blame on yourself, but constantly almost like being paranoid, as again there's the mention of there's someone else in your head right now and it's not me. I already know. So it's almost like, even though I know that you're about to leave and that, or that you want to leave, I love you so much that I'm willing to not even that I'm willing to forgive, because, you know, people change. It, so it is what it is. But I am willing to keep myself as a miserable human being if it means that you'll stay for a minute longer, and I will try to convince you that I'm the one for you, even though you fell out of love with me. Baby, don't go. I'll think of it as a lie. Yeah, definitely a very, you know, tragic case of, you know, a relationship gone wrong when one person is still very much in love while the other one just doesn't feel it anymore. All in all, I'm just gonna end this reaction by saying that this was absolutely beautiful, and all three gentlemen here did a phenomenal job on their respective songs. And from the lyricism to metaphors to various explorations of human emotions, and then with Seungmin's vocals on his song, it was just absolutely incredible. And the arrangement on that one was just beautiful with Hold On. Contradicting was just a beautiful throwback, and You and Me, Miserable You and Me was just, I feel like it's a song that a lot of people can probably relate, because we've all been kind of like a bit of a, let's throw back to Wasa, a twit for someone else, and we're willing to go through whatever lengths it took, even though we realize that the end is already near. But it's just something within you where kind of like the heart trumps logic, the brain, and you can't kind of like reverse it because the feelings are too strong. Even though the lyrics still express deep down that Han knows that this is pretty much over, because I already know that you're thinking about someone else and all that kind of stuff, but I still want this to remain us. And yeah, this was beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. See you.